hopped on the interstate, heading to West Virginia, do some turkey hunting, and bring you guys along with me. Be my first time ever hunting turkeys, or any animal, for that matter, other than waterfowl when I used to go to Kansas. But be my first time hunting any wildlife outside the state of Ohio. So I was lucky enough to have a buddy at work invited me down, stayed at his old man's place, and hunt a couple hundred acres down here. So took advantage of it. Still haven't killed my Ohio bird yet. Hopefully get back this weekend and get the tag on that. But bought my license, everything from West Virginia today. Hopped on the interstate. We're gonna run down here. It's Friday. What is the date today? April 26th. So I'm gonna cruise down here, stay the night tonight with him, wake up in the morning, roost some birds tonight, and hunt in the morning. Try to kill a turkey. And they staying for one day. It's not too bad. Just a little over an hour drive, hour and a half. So I'm gonna run down to the hills of West Virginia and try to get on a Longbeard. So bring you guys along with me, and stay tuned. Head down the interstate and should get out and roost some birds tonight. Get out and hunt some in the morning. Hopefully weather cooperates and we can get it filmed and get a bird on the ground. So stay tuned, let's see what happens. West Virginia. Didn't have an opening interview this morning. Had a long walk ahead of us and set the decoys up and birds started gobbling. So we're set up here on top of a cow pasture, way up on the top of the hills. So we got birds gobbling all around us on both valleys. So these valleys are so steep up here. You really got to get the birds going if you want them to climb these steep hills to get to you. I mean, they're real steep. I don't know if you guys can see. How steep some of these hills are. So we still got 2 or 3 birds gobbling. We heard about 6 or 7 this morning. But we still got 2 or 3 going. We're just trying to talk them into coming up over top one of these hills. So stay tuned. Hopefully we can get one on the ground for you. I'll have to move towards them. Well, it's about 8:30 here in West Virginia, and we got on this morning. Some of these valleys are so steep, the birds will land in those valleys and they can't see the decoys, and if they're with hens they just won't come to you. So a little different type of hunting, but we're going to get on them, go check 2 or 3 more farms, put some miles on, try to find one by himself in a valley or a gully and see what happens. Got a couple more places to check. Don't have to be out of the woods in West Virginia until 1 o'clock, so got a little bit of time. So me and Andy's going to travel around and see if we can't find a bird to get on. Fill this West Virginia tag. So stay with us, let's see what happens. Hell yeah. I appreciate that. That was badass. He came in quick.
Yeah. Sometimes they do.
Phew. Alright guys, well here it is. My first out-of-state turkey. Killed in West Virginia this morning with my buddy from work. Andy here, we got on birds this morning. Had probably 9 or 10 birds gobbling around us this morning. They just never worked out. Couldn't get them off the hens, so went out and started hitting some of these ridges, these big hills and valleys in West Virginia, and got one to gobble and spark up here on the back of one of his permission properties. And we got down over the hill, and he cut the distance pretty short, and came up and offered me a shot here on an old logging road. You guys will be able to hear it all. Hopefully you can see at least the headshot. But he got up to where he seen me. We had no decoy out, and he started heading the other way, so I dusted him. But it was it's been an awesome experience, and I really appreciate Andy having me out, and hopefully we can do it again sometime. But appreciate all the hospitality and
anytime, Zach.
Have me out, and been a heck of a season. I haven't killed one in Ohio yet, but just killed my first bird out of state, and it was a blast. So stay tuned, and we'll get this stuff up on YouTube, and follow everything Buckeye Boys, guys. So stay with us. Guys, just getting back with you. Just finished up with my West Virginia hunt. Went back and cleaned the bird up and got him packed away on ice, and ate some breakfast with Andy and his dad, and bullcrapped a little bit and hopped back on the road here heading back to Ohio. But I just want to get on here on my long drive back and just give you an update what happened, because the videos are kind of here, there, and everywhere just because we kind of run and gun. We had some birds roosted that we seen the night before, and we never did actually roost them. They just they were really close to, they're about an hour out from roost, and they're in a pasture field that he had permission to hunt. So we went out there and hunted this morning to try them out, and they did gobble, and I'll have some video of that. But when they hit the ground, they shut up, and we heard hens yelping, so we knew they had hens with them. But I don't know how many guys of you have hunted West Virginia, but in the part of West Virginia I'm in, everything is hilltops and valleys. And when I mean valleys, I mean straight up and down valleys. So we had the decoys up on top of a hilltop, and even if those birds land out of the roost in a valley and they can't see the decoys, they're not coming towards you, especially if they already have hens. So it's tough hunting. You can use the terrain to your advantage, I'm sure, at some point in time, but it's tough, especially if you're hunting with decoys. You're not right on top of where the birds are going to land when they get out of the roost. But so we packed up from there, and we moved down the road about 500-600 yards, because another thing in West Virginia, with the valleys being that deep, you can be on one side of the hill and call and not hear anything, and go to the very other side of the hill, and there's a bird there within range. So we moved out the hillside there about, like I said, 500 yards probably, and we had one fire up, and we got down there, got close to him, and he wouldn't commit to coming across the valley. And like I said, when these birds commit to you in West Virginia, it's straight up and downhill. It's not like in Ohio, where they got to cover maybe a knoll or a 300 or 400 yard field that they got to cover. I mean, it's straight up and down. So they really got to be committed before they're going to come to you. And that didn't work out, so we went to a third property that he had and walked to the very back of it, and it was the same thing. Called on one side of the hill and heard nothing, and then it was kind of like our last spot that we were going to try. We came back a little bit and went up over that hill and called on the other side of the hill, and the bird that I ended up shooting, he lit up about 350 yards away. And then we walked a little bit closer to him. We called again, and he was about 150 yards away, so we knew he was coming our way. So we covered about 80 more yards, and Andy just wanted to test and see where he was. He let out a few yelps with his slate call, and he was about 80 yards away, so we knew he was coming fast. So I hurried up and sat down and turned on my second angle, my GoPro, and shoved my camera in the ground and just hit the record button because I knew he was coming hard. We didn't have any decoys or anything out, hunting in the hardwoods like that, so I knew it was going to be something quick, so I just hit record and let him come up the hill. I know in the video you should be able to see at least the top of his head, but he came up and he strutted back and forth 3 or 4 times at about 40 yards, and then finally ended up coming up to about 20 yards, 25 yards. And when he went to crest the hill, I could see his head when he went to crest the hill. I could tell that he had seen me and my camera just because we didn't get hidden good enough. So he was in full strut, and when he seen me, he came out of strut and started heading the other way. So I shot him as soon as he turned around to head the other way. So the footage is what it is for what we got, but just happy to get my first West Virginia turkey on the ground and first out-of-state bird in Ohio. Don't be afraid to go hunt out of state. The pricing wasn't bad. I lucked out, and very grateful for Andy and his dad to let me come down and stay and hunt property with them, and just have a little bit of fun for a weekend. It was just nice to just hunt new ground, and it's crazy how different turkeys are in just one state over. So it was fun, and definitely a memory I'll never forget, that's for sure. So stay tuned, and we'll hopefully get on one tomorrow morning. It's Saturday the 27th of April, and I'm hoping to get on one tomorrow morning in Ohio and get my Ohio tag filled. So stay with us. I'm going to continue turkey hunting until I fill my Ohio tag. So heading back home now, and it's all back roads, about a 2-hour drive. So not too bad, but heck of a day. Didn't kill that bird till 10:30. We stayed on him, and we put on 4 miles today. So 4 miles in the hills of West Virginia is a little different 4 miles in Ohio. So I need to take a nap when I get home, but it was a blast. Like I said, thanks to Andy and his dad for letting me stay at his house and cook me breakfast and cook me dinner. And it's hard to find people like that anymore in today's world. So I'm blessed, that's for sure. See you guys.
'Cause I despise the man